Good morning, afternoon, or evening, and welcome to another Alpha 26 0AD replay commentary analysis. Today's match is a small mainland 1v1 against an opponent that is very similarly rated to me and has a completely distinct style, favouring the Macedonian Catapult Grind. Now, this is generally his first choice, but he's also not afraid to mix things up when needed. So, what will he be doing today? Why don't we find out?
And welcome to the game. So in the north we have me playing as the Ptolemies and going from my usual starting point, the old 3 women to build a house, men to wood, women to berries, and your camel getting yourself some chickens. And our Macedonian opponent has gone very far out into the north of his base. So again, I really like this sort of move. Some people do it. He's getting 2 at a time as well on the women, which is interesting. It does mean that you'll get collecting resources more quickly than you, or sooner rather than you would be if you were to go as I did for the 3. Has he gone for the berry upgrade? Yep, berry upgrade there, and I would have almost certainly gone for it. Yep, berry upgrades it is. Let's pop this back in as well to get a bit more information. So we're both getting the berry upgrade. But the what I was talking about, which is I think is interesting, is going for these berries that are further away from your base earlier on, and then having these as like a fallback. This means that if you are rushed, you've already hopefully gathered. I mean, unfortunately, this is quite a long way away, so there is a good chance actually that were these guys to be attacked, they would all die. What you can do to try and minimize the risk of that is to put your wood cutting close by. So maybe let's have a look and see what he had seen at this point. Maybe if you've gone a little bit further, I don't know, you put your woodcutters out here perhaps, gives you a bit more cover, which I think is a smart play. But nonetheless, I do like that as a thing. He's got himself housed, which is not ideal, but yeah, as I say, I think what is always useful is if you're getting resources from a greater distance to then allow yourself to use, picking up these straggler trees if your woodcutters are attacked, or these berries if you are attacked as well further out. It's a kind of fail-safe against rushes. So I think I've just got the 4 people at this point collecting berries. I am ahead in population, but he has gone flying through. He's got so much. So I think you can see the difference. I think you can see that he's got too many people on berries in relation to how many he's got on wood. Needs to get that upgrade, doesn't have it yet. Whereas I've possibly gone a little bit far the other way. So how many people do I have? 16. Yes, that's a mistake. I generally put 12 on wood, and then the next 4 go to get the berries, but haven't on this instance. So yeah, it's not ideal. It's not how I would have ideally played it, and you can see the issues that I'm like desperately short of food, and he's desperately short of wood. So we need to find a happy medium, each of us, between these 2. I mean, he does have the 8 women. Like what's positive from his perspective is that he can still get people. He's got the upgrade as well on the thing, but he can still be producing people even without wood. I can't produce people without food. So that's it. I've got people here. They should be building the houses, getting themselves ready. But what's this? This is only now if I move those 6 out there, and they are the 6 that came and helped to build that. So they've done this. I mean, it's a good map for gathering berries. You won't need to transition to farms for much longer than usual because there's just so much in the way of berries. I mean, these apple trees are just everywhere, aren't they? So in terms of each of our play, one thing I will say, I mean, that little logo down here in the bottom left, insufficient resources, don't have enough food, is a warning that you've got something going slightly wrong. Here, but look, neither of us have really looked at the map. This is bad. It's really bad. I think this comes from kind of familiarity between us because we played each other so often that we each know the other is very unlikely to actually rush the other. So what I what I tend to do is to try and boom and absolutely boom my way through as quickly as possible, because if he gets into a position where he can get catapults coming and his defense is built, he can be very, very difficult to stop, because he just has this kind of constant catapult grind of just, you're there trying desperately to stop them, but you can't get anywhere near the catapults because they're protected by champions. Although, yeah, I was just trying to think, maybe you could get them with archers if you had, or slingers if you have enough of them. So I suppose there is all that route, but then equally, then you're shooting the siege weapons rather than actually the soldiers around them. So you leave yourself open to attack from there. But as we can see, both sides pretty good position in terms of not having had to move into fields yet. The map itself, look at all the gold over here. I meant the gold on the mini map, but there's a phenomenal amount of metal. So this side of the map is all about metal. This side offers a lot more about stone. So he is going to really want to get champions and catapults, so he's going to need both. I'm going to need a lot of stone because of my slingers. They're the only range troops, although can access some archers as well from the barracks as mercenaries, and also skirmishers. Actually, they would both require metal, so depends. I tend not to really use mercenaries as much as possible because they can't collect resources, and that makes them far less useful when you're at the point where you're desperately trying to, keep up and with your opponent's resources. You need to be able to train more and more people. They lack a really important aspect of that. So let's have a look just quickly. I've got 3 barracks. Is that at the moment? Yep, we've each got 3. I'm slightly ahead in population, but if we just look at his thing, see, he's not got this sort of thing. This is a good example. I mean, it shows just how confident that each of us is that the other one's not going to be attacking at this stage, because there's just loads of unprotected women there. Whereas I've not got that. So I've got more infantry than he has and a slightly larger population, but not only that, my female citizens are, first of all, we've got this kind of wall of houses around them to protect them. It means you have to come in from the side, you can't come in at the front. But then they're all relatively safe, and we've got a mass of soldiers back here. So he's well clear in terms of the oh, I actually started. Have they just looked, or are they doing anything? No, they just looked. So they are at least seeing a bit more of the map. He's also got only the 1 cavalryman, but he's been under attack. Now we're in very similar positions, only he's now got me. He's at phase 2. I've got slightly higher the fact that he's at phase 2. I'm still not even considering going to phase 2 at this point. Don't have the food for it, which I've got how many people? So 4 there. Got 10 people collecting berries. Got 20 women on farms, but now got 5 farms. Can they kill this guy off? Didn't know he was there, so off he goes. He escapes, or does he? They chase him, but it's far too late. Here we go, 25 now. Yep, going to phase 2. So gonna need a very, very quick move. But you can see from this, I mean, the thing that I always enjoy about playing with Umbritu, we were very, very evenly matched. So the matches would invariably be tight. You wouldn't know who was going to win at the start. I felt that I had a slight sort of advantage if I played in the way that I really want it to. In that, in terms of whether like getting the buildings down in the order I want, not getting distracted basically, or forgetting things, which is it's very easy to do actually, just to find that you end up, we've got 4 each. You see, look, everything is so similar, population similar, both at 2, so I've got this going in at number 5, that will go in at, sorry, I'd say number 5, control group 5 I always use for that, and then I use 4 and 3 for 2 blacksmiths. Has he got, I don't know how many, so he doesn't have any of the town class phase thing there. He's just building the houses. Is it 300 pop? It is. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hasn't got the wood now to get this upgrade, which is quite important. It's got this guy who's nearly dead out there. I need to get. Well, are we getting that up? Yes, we are getting it. Well done. So that is still 25 seconds to go, but that will be a massive help once it's done. It's still just seen most of the map and is just chilling. So slightly adding population. Where are the 2 or whatever they're called? Need to get those 2 forges going. The blacksmiths. Sorry, still need 2 engines for Class Town. Got the wood to do it. Not building them. Not good enough. Really not good. Look how much wood there is. These. See, this is the kind of thing I want to talk about where I just make silly mistakes. Built that. Now it's a case of I'm so focused on getting out the fields because I haven't properly managed my transition to farming that I've forgotten that I need to build those 2, and that delays things, and you cannot afford big delays because the timing is so important, just so important. In this game, I could have been phase 3 probably by now, and that would be a massive advantage because then you're in control. Like if you're the person that leads that way, then it's you that can be the one saying, right, let's get some siege moving, let's get some champions, let's get all those additional upgrades. I think I'm finally getting them now. Yeah, this is much too late. Could have been a lot earlier. But you're not just doing that, it's that you're getting the upgrades. How many is it? It's a 1 entity of town class. So he's got, presumably that means 2 forges, don't know where they are. There they are. And look, getting the upgrades. Already going. I haven't got them. So he's going to go to phase 3 and have the first round of upgrades, and that's a really important thing. Those technologies are just massive. How I've only got as well 16 people building that when I desperately need that to happen as soon as possible. Finally get a few more people on it at the point that it doesn't matter. Okay, and now I don't have enough. This. Oh. Okay, that's so. Got 7 kills there. So pushed him back. That was quite nice. Right. So gone for a very. Someone stood. It's the bloody camels. So now we're going to go to phase 3, and I've got camels stood on the foundations, which is slowing everything right down. The camels finally get off the foundations. My word, though. But you can see I've moved ahead in population. If we go now, he's ahead in military upgrades. So once this is gone, it's a case of setting up some kind of super enforced, like reinforced thing. This is quite a tower right on that. It stops him now. He can't access this wood. And this was the thing that I was mainly looking at, was like it takes this stone out. It takes it from being his, like 100% his stone, to being contested. He can't now access that. So if he needs to get stone, he's got this one, which he's got about half left. And actually there's some stuff around here. There are bits and bobs. Oh, and there's plenty around the side, which, having not scouted properly, I don't know. So again, bad play, because that means that I could be like, oh, he's got 2 sets here that I don't know about. And so he's like home and dry. I think, oh, I've managed to stop him getting some of that stone. Doesn't matter, he's got 2 other sets of stone right there. Okay. So the critical thing, I've only got 268 max pop at this point as well.
Yeah, see?
Getting more and more stone. Need to build a fortress and also a siege workshop, but first and foremost a siege workshop. And again, I'm not doing it. Okay, finally get on with the siege. Oh, it's a fortress. No, it's in the wrong order. Should have been siege workshop first. Build the siege workshop, get the siege workshop training, building catapults, whatever you call it, and then get the fortress while that's happening. Because he's gone in the correct order, has his siege workshop, catapults coming out. That is, yep, perfect example of why they should be done in that order. We finally got a siege. Yes, finally got a siege workshop going up. But again, oh dear,
Yeah,
got people
see?
collecting food and an elephant stables as well. Both good options, give a variety of different
Yeah, see?
possibilities. So you've got more
Yeah, see?
stone going, running a bit low. These guys can now go
Yeah,
and gather more stone. And it's going to be a case of getting these as much as possible. So he's going to destroy that tower in no time at all. Should be doing something with the siege workshop though, either getting the upgrades or getting more catapults, and isn't. Okay, so we've now got a load of guys just going to run to their deaths. I mean, at least they're not just waving at towers, they are actually attacking people. That's slightly better than normal. Oh, these guys are just going to wave. Waving at houses is just what the doctor ordered. We've got 3 rams coming out. Got plenty of food and metal, yet no elephants on the way, which is not ideal. Okay, what's the plan here? What's that? Another barracks. So it's now 8 barracks plays 4, which is really good. That shows that this is from quite a while ago, because I normally put sort of 10, particularly with a 300 pop game, 10, 12, maybe even 14 barracks. Not keeping it so low. These guys are going to be in trouble, and he is now getting more and more catapults going to make the thing. And this is kind of how his catapult grind kind of approach goes. You just get those guys here, and the idea is, where am I? Oh, they're nowhere. Gonna be.
Yeah, see?
So yeah, you get your catapult. As you can see, he's got these guys collecting resources. They're also going to then protect the catapults. So you need, from my perspective, I would need an absolutely overwhelming thing. You can see he's way ahead in things. I've been forgetting to get these upgrades, which is pretty unforgivable.
Yeah, see?
I'm not going to be able to keep this alive, so just give up on it. And they will be able to also destroy the rams. But in a useful thing, it's suckered in a load of his champions who are now going to suffer a bit of a case of death. And now it's a case of, can we? This is where these houses as well are going to prove incredibly useful, because the situation, try and see this a bit more. The situation is that the rams, I've got to get through the houses before they can actually get to these guys. They're really well protected by them, and that in itself is protecting him and his siege weapons. And so this looks bad for me at this stage, like very, very bad. the key will be how many people get, how far he pushes on, and he wants to really not push on too much here because or having said that, he could capture that. Oh, and doesn't realise he could capture that and pulls loads of his people away, which means that actually a lot of them die. But you can see how bad that fight was for me. 45 deaths, plays 118. That was really, really bad. But that said, it's far from irritating. I can certainly, these guys are going to can certainly be training and pulling people forward now. That's gone. I had an extra ram I didn't even know about. But we're very, very similar populations. He's going to try and come forward, but in doing so, that will actually expose his troops probably a lot more than he would like. And yeah, the rams as well should be able to take out. Oh, they're just flipping between the two. They can't decide which one to take out. And in the end, they're going to take out none of them. And I don't think he's actually got enough troops here. I don't know where the rest of his army is, but it's falling horribly. Has he got lots over here or something? No. They're really struggling. I don't know what. I'm attacking a lot of stuff without. Oh, you're right. Actually, seeming to get very far. But what is important from my perspective here is just to make sure that I focus on the people, not the siege weapons. You have to take the people out first. Once they're gone, then you can take the siege weapons. So it's something that I've done a lot in the past and made a big mistake with, is you go for you want to take out the siege weapons to stop them from doing that, and you just end up sacrificing basically your whole army. And at the moment, he's now reached that kind of critical mass difference where actually it's very, very difficult to keep up production, and it looks as though it's going to end here. It's literally, I'm not really sure how. Well, actually I do know. He doesn't have enough barracks. It's that simple. I was able to reinforce much more quickly than him, and now it's going to be even worse because we're taking more of those barracks out. He also hasn't got the upgrade to get those more quickly. I've got these guys going in, and that will just stop him from being able to replenish his army at all. He might have to try and build new ones, but I think you can see that with the situation there, it's effectively he's done. Have we got any more siege weapons coming? No, don't have enough resources, but just have to keep going at this point. And I think, as you can see, it looks like he's not actually producing anything. He's kind of given up, so I'll just go to a slightly faster speed just to watch the end. Presumably, yeah, it's all done. He's now trying to run away. He's got a population of 70. He's got a load of people, not that many actually though, but some people stuck there. Just want to try and take this over before it gets before he can destroy it. Look like we're able to do that. That's done. There's no way back now. Although he's still got these guys, but these will soon. I'm actually interested to know what will happen here. So, yeah, he's got no population. This does become mine. I wondered how strong the territory was for that. But yeah, that's the end of that. And it's game over. So let's have a look at quickly what happened. So yeah, I was clear winner in points. The chart's always good, but you can see how level it is. There was that period where I overcommitted, but then recovered really well. If we look at military, he was like ahead, but then once it went, just didn't have enough barracks, basically. I think you can kind of say that that's it. His exploration score makes him look better. I was always slightly ahead on economy, But you see, I trained like 50% more almost than him, 50% more, actually over 50% more infantry were trained, and that is a great example of what happened. It was because of my ability to keep pumping those people out much more than he was able to. Also, I trained 23 cavalry, I don't remember that, but they would have been involved. And I only lost 3 of them, so I had 20. They were probably doing something at some point during the end. Market. So kill death ratio actually ended up ahead, but it was very, very similar. But again, it was really caused by he just didn't quite get it. Never was able to replenish his troops as much as he would have liked. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. You know, do a like, do a subscribe, do all those sorts of things. Click the bell if that's your vibe. And other than that, I'll catch you all later. So, obrigado e até logo.